Awesome. So to start off, we just like to ask everyone how many videos you've gotten through, and then how many days this last week you have responded to 25 stories, because that's the first video and that's what we really encourage. It's kind of the foundation and the base of all this, is to start showing love to everyone. So if you want to take turns, Becky or Nancy, if you want to unmute and let us know how many videos you've gotten through and how many days you've done those stories, that would be great.
To be truthful, I missed your last session and I
Okay.
haven't done anything. This is my first session, so I have not done anything.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Have you been able to access the portal?
I was able to access the portal, but this past week I was helping someone with a wedding.
Oh, okay.
So it seems that we're over now with the wedding, but now I'm getting ready for election day tomorrow. So after that, I will have more free time.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. And there's no such thing as being behind. Where you're at is where you're at. You know, you made the choice to help with the wedding and stuff, and I'm sure, you know, that was fun for you, so that you don't need to stress about being behind or anything like that.
Okay.
Yep. And then yeah, so anyways, so yeah, so as long as you can access it, and that will come, that link to get into the portal comes in emails like every week, so you should be able to find that and get in once you have a little bit more free time. So awesome.
Yeah. Come Wednesday, I have my time back.
Great. Awesome. Cool. And what about you, Becky? How many videos have you gotten through, and how many days have you been able to send replies to stories?
Actually, I haven't been through any of the videos, but I
Okay.
have been doing the stories and replaying
Nice.
as much as at least 10, but as many as I can every day. And
Okay.
so I've been doing that faithfully, but I haven't had a chance to start the videos, no.
Okay, no problem. Well, tell me about the stories. What have you seen from that? Have you been able to start conversations? Tell me how that's going.
Yeah, so I can't believe how many more people are in my feed.
Yeah.
I'm not doing lives with Paparazzi yet, and I'm actually just posting every day on Shopify, which goes into my Sparkle is Mandatory business page.
Okay.
I'm not getting any views on that at all, but
Okay.
I'm still faithfully doing the stories and replying. And yeah, I'm noticing my feed is livening up with new people because of it. So I'm excited. I know I'm on the right track. I'm just starting.
Awesome. So yeah, so you're definitely starting to see the fruits of that. You're starting to see those changes. That's really cool. How many followers do you have on your business page currently?
56, I think, or 75, something like that.
Okay, so around, okay, so a little less than 100. And how many friends do you have on Facebook currently?
Whew, I have a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'm a real estate agent before.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have 5,000 or 6,000 probably.
Okay.
I
would say you don't have 6,000 because 5,000 is the limit, but
okay,
you're probably around there. So
okay, I have a lot. It shocks me because I don't see those people at all.
yeah.
But I went through, once I got my business page to a respectable place in my mind, then I went through all my friends and invited. So I think I have like 75 people following, but I'm not quite sure why there's no response to any of my posts of my jewelry, but that's okay. I'm just trying to fumble my way through and get my Shopify up and running. I've got like 1,500 pieces in Shopify. So
Okay,
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
gotcha.
Typically, people are going to start seeing your page when you have triple digits. So always say like 100 or more. So definitely keep working on that. You're heading in the right direction for sure.
Great.
I agree with that. And hopefully some of the stuff that we shared today on what to post on your business page will be able to help start getting that engagement, and we'll be able to start getting more of those jewelry posts from your business page in front of those people. So
Okay,
awesome.
that's great. And something I did start doing this last week was I started going into Facebook from my business page and responding and talking to people through my business page. I can't really see the same thing. That's probably normal, right? You can't see the stories and so forth the same.
Yeah.
But I'm
so when you go
something.
in as your business page, like when I go in as my business page, I see the other business page content, like other pages and such I follow. I still see their stories. And then I see in my news feed when I'm on as my business page, those businesses that I'm following. But like I don't see what Porter's posting. I see what Creative Success Systems is posting. I don't see what Michelle is posting personally in that business page news feed though. Then I toggle, but I am on the new page experience. I don't know if you ladies are or are not yet. But that's how it looks for me now that I am in as the new page experience. And that might be what you're seeing also, Becky.
Oh, that explains it. Because I'm like, why am I seeing all my competitors, for lack of a better explanation, which they're all people that I watch and follow because I'm trying to learn from the experts, in paparazzi. And so that explains it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be a different newsfeed. And I know that Facebook is kind of working on with the new page experience and stuff, it looks like they're kind of figuring out some stuff. And I know lots of people are getting the update, and I don't know. I think there's more that's going to be coming with that. We just don't exactly know because we're not inside Facebook. So we just try to work with what we have. But yeah, definitely that's a good thing to start doing. And then, yeah, the things you do on your personal profile are going to translate to your business page as well. That's something we really work on, and it's more connected now than I would say it ever has been. So
yeah, I had no idea that was the case. Like whenever I wanted to invite friends, it would tell me to go to my personal profile to invite. And I thought, how does that translate? But I did it. I did what I was told. But this morning I woke up. I woke up and opened up Facebook, and I did have the new page experience, you guys are calling it. I was like, what the hell is going on with my page? It looks really weird.
Yeah.
It looks huge. Everything looks really huge. But I liked it. I liked it.
Awesome. Okay, well, yeah, so to start off, we're just going to talk a little bit more about replying to stories and really just like get into the nitty gritty of how to do that effectively. We're going to talk a little bit about how to do it from a phone and how to do it from a computer, because doing it from a computer has some cool benefits. So just to start off though, the main goal and what we're trying to do when replying to 25 stories is that we're trying to send messages without sending cold messages, feeling spammy, I'm sure you have gotten messages in the past where it's like, okay, you're just copying and pasting that message to me, and that's not very fun, right? So that's part of why we go into stories, is because they are kind of giving you and opening the door on, hey, this is something that I kind of want to talk about, right? So, for example, when I look through my friends list, I see one, this is a buddy of mine, and he posted at this concert. right? So, you know, for example, that would be something that it feels like he's kind of opening the door and he's sharing, hey, I went to this cool concert. So for me, that would give an opportunity to send him a message, and it even gives like the little preview of what their story was when you send them that message. So I could ask something like, hey, that looks super fun. Who was the band that was playing? Or, you know, things like that, because that opens that conversation. They're more likely to respond to you. We want to send messages that you're going to get a response to, right? Which is why we teach going to stories. And then, you know, say, you know, for those who have, you know, only a couple hundred friends or things like that, and they don't have 25 stories, then going down to the news feed is a great place to look for conversation starters with their posts. But I'll come back to that in a second. Whenever we're going through stories, we kind of like to teach 4 different ways of sending messages and 4 things to send, or I guess it's kind of types of messages to send. So the first one is to send a question. So it, you know, it's a question about that, you know, for that one to be, you know, what was the concert, or who was the band playing? Another one would be, you know, if they went to Disneyland, for example, it'd be, what was your favorite ride at Disneyland? Or what was the fun food that you ate? You know, things like that, right? And then the next one would be empathize, because oftentimes people, they're posting to share some of the hard things that they're going through, right? And they want to kind of have a conversation about that. So say, you know, they're posting about being sick, they're posting about, you know, just other hard things that they might be going through, a struggle with a kid, I don't know, anyways, something like that, you know, or just even they got cut off or had a car accident, right? Those things are a great thing to show empathy and to send a message like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry that happened. Or, you know, sending prayers, sending love, sending good vibes, you know, whatever feels natural to you, that's the kind of thing that you want to send. You want to send them the good vibes, the prayers, the, you know, thinking of you, things like that, because that's going to often get a message. They're going to say, hey, thank you so much, or, you know, things like that are super effective. And it's about showing love to other people, right? In this business and with social media, the more love that you show others, the more love you're going to get back. Right? So empathy. And then the next one is congratulate. Oftentimes people are posting on their stories because they want to celebrate. They want to say, hey, look, my son graduated from, you know, high school, or, you know, I got this promotion at work, or things like that. And all of those are great things to say, oh my goodness, great job. You know, that is super exciting. You know, I'm super happy for you, you know, whatever. You know, sending a GIF is another great one. Sending, hey, you know, good job, or, you know, things like that are super effective. And it's going to get them to at least send a thank you, because, you know, that's just what we do. We say, hey, congrats. And then you say, you know, thank you, or, you know, they're at least going to heart it probably. And that's going to start that conversation back and forth, right? Empathize, congratulate, ask a question. Maybe there's 3.
I've always done those 3. Compliment, okay. Congratulate, empathize.
Okay. And it must have been 3. I was making up another one.
That's good.
No, so asking a specific question is number 4. And number 5 is when you have like scriptures, motivational quotes. We say amen, thank you. So there's 5. Compliment, congratulate, empathize, ask a real question. And
I missed compliment. That was the one that I missed, was giving them a compliment. So if they, you know, like your examples, Mom, are usually, you know, if they get their hair done, if they get their nails done, if they, trying to think of other ones. I don't know, say they buy a new car, you know, compliment them on their new car. I mean, that would be more of a congratulate, but anyways, compliment them on their hair, compliment, you know, even if it's just a great picture for them, just be like, hey, you know, I love this picture. This is awesome. Things like that are super good. Then specific question. And then, yeah, just when they're posting like a quote or things like that, saying amen, saying, you know, totally agree with this. Thank you for sharing, things like that. So yeah, so those are kind of our list of 5 things to help kind of guide you in how to interact with those stories, right? So those are a great thing to write down. If you're taking notes, hopefully you are taking notes, because we know that we come at this rapid fire. And awesome. So
And there's a replay. Sometimes
yes,
you need
there's
to like
also-
listen to it and let it soak in again.
Yeah, exactly. So
Go ahead, Nancy.
I have one question. I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're good.
I know that you're talking about stories,
Mhm.
but the stories I see are the same people over and over and over again. Okay.
Okay.
It's the
Yep.
same people. You know, I do this thing, you know, and it's the same people over and over and over again. So I've been going down into my news feed and doing it that way, because it just seems that I'm seeing the same old people on stories.
Okay, yeah.
Is that correct? Am I doing it correctly?
Yes. So I'm going to answer this in kind of 3 parts. So the first one is that the first stories that you see are going to be the people that you interact with, right? So if you keep interacting with those same stories, you're going to see those stories first, right? So that would be the first thing. So then what you'd want to do after that is that oftentimes, and this is something that I had to find too, what we want you to do is to take your stories and scroll past 25, just go, I would say almost like all the way to the back. And you're going to see, so this just did it for me. But you're gonna be able to pull, and it's gonna refresh one more time, and you're gonna get more stories that are friends that you haven't interacted very much with, right? So that's the first thing to try, right? The second thing to try is that there might be a point where, you know, if you don't have a lot of friends, or if you have not a lot of friends who just like posting stories, right? Sometimes stories isn't for those people, and they're not going to be posting those all the time, right? So then in that case, you know, and something that we have some videos about this in the portal, and we'll cover this another day in more depth, but adding friends is going to be important, because that's going to increase the number of stories that you're going to have an opportunity to reply to. So then after that, after those 2 things, then the next thing is, yes, I agree. Well, yes, what you're doing, which is going down into the news feed, excuse me, and looking for posts to comment on. And then what you want to do is that it's still super okay. Excuse me. Well, I just blanked on what I was going to say. Okay, so when you're going through the newsfeed, you can still send that person a message so that it creates that stronger algorithm between the 2 of you. But that post is kind of what you want to send the message about. For example, so like the top of my newsfeed, there's this guy named Jeremy, and he rides bikes. So he just posted, he honestly is just complaining about the new bike that he has. So I could send the message and be like, hey, you know, I saw your post, you know, what are the biggest issues you're having with the bike, or, you know, things like that, asking that specific question, because that, like, doing it on the comment is great, and it's going to help strengthen the algorithm, but sending that message and getting a conversation back and forth, just, it really locks it down, and you're going to start seeing, just like Becky was saying, you're going to start seeing each other's posts in the news feed a lot quicker.
Okay, thank you.
That makes sense? Yeah,
Yes, it does.
for sure.
Yes, thank you.
And then I think we'll cover this a little bit more in depth on another day, but there's another thing you can do where you can even go to your friends list, and you even scroll down to the bottom of that, because at least on a computer, at the top will be the people you've interacted with most recently. So if you scroll down, then you can, especially if they have a blue circle, then that means it has a story that you haven't seen. So you can click on that and it'll be people that you haven't interacted with recently. And you can kind of what we call stir the pot a little bit. And that will mix up your other friends into those stories and give you more opportunities to see those. Because basically, yes, Facebook puts the same stories back in front of you because they're like, oh, Nancy keeps watching this person's stories, so she must like watching the stories. And so we're going to show her more of those. Does that make sense? So what you're observing is correct, and it's going to work for you once your people start sending you messages too, because then you're always going to pop up in their stories.
I got you. Okay.
At the same time, if there's someone that you don't want to keep seeing their stories, you can mute them. And so as you're looking through, like on your phone in particular, as you're looking through, when you see the story at the top, there are 3 little dots that you are able to click on. So like I got to unblur just a second, hon. So when I see this person's story here, if I click the 3 dots up at the top, I have the opportunity to mute that story, especially if you're getting any ads in there, or, you know, if someone's post isn't serving you, then that's not something that you necessarily need to be seeing, because not everybody is as great at social selling like you all are that are here, and they might be doing, you know, just things in the world that are happening that, you know, you don't necessarily want to be able to share, or that you might not want in your life. You want to keep that negativity out there. And so you can mute them. You can mute them for, you know, a while. You can always, you know, put it back on if you want. But just know that that's an option. If you're like, I'm just tired of seeing that. You don't have to keep seeing that as well.
And what's cool about that is it keeps you as a friend on Facebook. You know, for example, I have some like extended family members that I just don't really enjoy their posts, so I have muted them. And you know, but we stay friends because they're still family technically, right? So you know, things like that.
In order to stay family, you stay friends.
Yeah,
we all have that, don't we, ladies?
Yeah,
for sure.
well,
This is making more sense to me. Thank you so much.
oh God, what was I gonna ask? Oh, I'll tell you a problem I'm having, because I've been a real estate agent for 8 years. I have people's stories that are coming up. I don't even know who they are. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't even, sometimes I'm not sure what to respond to, especially if it's like, except it's a word of encouragement, then I can figure it out. But there are sometimes that I don't even know why I have them on my Facebook. So how do you deal with that?
I have deleted, like I have people from former direct sales companies, and I really don't feel the need to stay connected with them. And I have unfriended them to make room for going towards that 5,000. Like, you know, Michelle has to do that on a regular basis so that she can be friends with all of you, her clients. But I have unfriended, I mean, if they're not serving you, then you don't have to necessarily stay friends with them. I also want to say also, Nancy, you can mute stories on your computer. So if you're not familiar with that, I just pulled that up to show you real fast. So when I pulled up stories on my computer, you still click the same 3 dots up here, and then you can mute them right there. And on my computer, how I got to those stories was I just clicked, I clicked the house and I got right to here. And then I just happened to click ahead on somebody that I wasn't, you know, super familiar with anymore. I think we're in a book club together, though, is why I'm friends with that person. But I just wanted you to know that you can do it. I love to work on my computer with my fingers. You can do it there as well, was the point.
I use my computer more than I use my phone at times with stories. It's just, I'm more comfortable that way. I use Apple products. So sometimes when you all show Android information, I have to then think about how I'm doing it in Apple and on an iPhone. So It's a learning process a little bit for me, but I'm more comfortable on a computer than I am with the telephone, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Welcome, Julie. I see that you popped on.
I would say you can see better on the computer than you can on the phone too.
Yeah. The other benefit of being on a computer is that you, and this might, hopefully this doesn't change. Hopefully we're not jinxing it. So knock on wood, but Facebook doesn't show ads in stories when you're on your computer either. So that is a big benefit. And then you have 10 fingers to type with. And so you can plow through stories a bit quicker when you're on a computer going through stories because there aren't ads, versus on the computer or on the phone. You'll see that there's ads I'd probably say about every 5, depending on the time of day. But anyway, so that's another really good benefit of doing it from the
Porter,
computer.
I'm wondering in my news feed when I see some of those ads and then I X them out, in the top right corner, I wonder if perhaps I'm seeing less ads in my stories because I mute them in my feed as well.
It's possible. I would guess that it affects it everywhere, all the placements when you mute it. So probably.
I don't have nearly that number that you might have, but certainly other people might have. But yeah, I zap them.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. So yeah, are there any other questions about what we've talked about so far? And Julie, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know.
I am wondering, and you may have answered it, but I'm going to ask again. So I'm not seeing anybody liking or seeing what I post in my shop at all.
Okay.
And anytime I put anything in my business page, it says, well, if you want people to see it, you need to pay money, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm trying to figure out, how do you get that exposure? Is it only through lives? Or how do I get exposure to my page to the general population?
Well, it's your numbers too, though, like you talked about earlier. If you've got 56 or 75, whatever the number is, it's getting to be more than 100 for sure. But also live video is shown 1,200 times more, Michelle says, than a regular post is. So that will be huge when you feel comfortable with that. But that just, you could even record, if you're more comfortable recording a little video right now and posting that, even that is better than a post, than a static post, I mean. And,
Gotcha.
but also that anytime someone is responding on your page, replying to them, but also on your business page is that message button, like Porter was saying earlier, on your personal profile. If you run out of stories, then you can go ahead and, apply to them about the topic that they posted about. But you also, there's that message button on business page. That's huge. And then also look through the stories of, even if they're your competitors, on your page to show Facebook you're utilizing that tool, because that affects your overall algorithm in a positive way.
To be opening up the people I follow on Paparazzi? Is that what you're saying? If I open up, because if I'm following them on my business page, then I'm seeing their feed. So opening up their feed helps also.
I was talking more about their stories at the top, don't you think, Porter? I mean, even if they are other Papa sisters, even if you are replying to their stories, that is showing Facebook that you're using their tools.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that because Michelle had spoke about competitors.
So I would agree, and you can so you can tell me if this is different now, but the last time that I worked with the new page experience, I couldn't reply to stories as the business page. Has that changed?
Let me,
because I think you can comment on other people's posts, but I don't think you can reply to stories yet.
I'm really disoriented this morning because my new page experience is like this wide. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
No, you're okay.
What?
So, so
what the heck?
let's maybe just simplify a little bit. And so, okay, so I would agree that right now, with the numbers you have on your business page, it's not going to be shown to a lot of people, right? None of your posts, and even this is kind of a lesson on all posts, we kind of expect, you know, a really good post will get 1 to 2% of your following to comment on that post, right? And so for you right now, that's about 0.7 of a comment would be 1%, which isn't a whole comment, right? So that, and so that, and that's, once again, that's bigger, like, you know, like long-term stuff to think about.
Okay, this is totally not part of the class, but I'm in this new page experience and I can't even figure out how to flip over to my business page at this moment, so I can tell you guys exactly how many, or so I can see how many I have. How do I can't even find how to switch profiles.
It's in the top right corner when you're on Facebook, and your little circle faces in the top right on the bar. And then you can toggle between personal profile and business page.
Oh, that's true on the old page experience. But on the new page experience that I'm in right this second, it's not there. It's so weird.
You have to just click around a little bit more.
Yeah.
Experiment with Google.
Yeah, that would be the thing to do, because
I'm sorry, is she on her phone or on her computer?
I'm on my computer.
Oh, okay.
it should still be something similar to that. You should see a profile picture and you should be able to click it, and there might be something that says like see profiles or switch profiles. I'm not 100% sure because our business page hasn't switched yet for whatever reason. So but yeah, so hopefully you'll be able to find that, Becky. But the other thing, and what I think we're going to spend the rest of the time today on, is talking a little bit about some of that content. And Becky, this is going to help too, because what it sounds like is that you're just kind of posting your jewelry every day on your business page, right?
Besides, I'm replying to every story I can, and I'm also replying to feed. So I am definitely getting a lot of activity on my personal profile of people I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited because I can tell that it's working.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to connect the dots to my business. So, but I hear you.
And we're going to be able to help that's going to be covered a little bit today, and then especially more in the next coming weeks, and you'll see more in the videos in the portal too. So but great. So to shift gears a little bit, and Ryan, feel free to chime in because I think you're better at creating some of this content than I am.
I did some silly ones yesterday. Ladies, I was on a plane yesterday and I had Birkenstocks on, talking about everyday life content. And on my story, then I did a poll. I had my Birkenstocks on, but I had little ankle socks on. And I made a funny comment about follow me for fashion statements, but then I used the poll feature on my story. Actually, I think I can still show it to you. It's right here. For shirt or toes out. So that's just an everyday kind of a thing, to be sharing on my story right there. It's if you're trying, like yesterday was National Ice Cream Day. I hope you all posted about that. That's another one, is that yesterday was National Ice Cream Day. Yesterday was National Emoji Day. And so, using the question feature even as well, and having them drop their favorite emoji to you would be something. But there's many national days every day, but you'll start thinking in a light in through the glasses of the lens of, oh, this, I mean, it's silly, but it just can be posted, right? As far as okay, so Papa Sisters. Julie, what's your company, hun?
Sorry. I am My Daily Choice and Mary and Martha.
Okay, perfect. Got it. So in the case of Paparazzi, I know they ship packages all day, every day, 8 days a week, right? So, but you've got all your little, all your little fun, whether you use the pink packages or whatever, and asking on the poll, which would you rather receive, junk mail, happy mail? I mean, it's a win-win on the answer, but it still gets them into your inbox. The goal is getting people in your messenger and having conversations with them. So looking at those, I did a poll on Thursday where I was dressing for my business meeting and I had 2 different color camis on. And so I asked them, turquoise, black. And I showed them the kimono, and I had laid the paparazzi jewelry out, just so happens, kind of in the middle of both of the camis there to see what they voted on. So as you're getting dressed each day, which would you wear? That type of a thing. So asking those kinds, if you ever get pizza, I love Hawaiian. A lot of people have strong opinions about pineapple being on or not being on pizza. So lots of questions with food go over really, really well. If you're going on a car ride, you can ask, radio on, audio book on, like just, everyday things that are happening in your life, because people do want to give you their opinion on that for sure.
Yeah.
But the whole goal, I mean, I did a lot on the plane last night. We happened to sit on the tarmac for more than an hour because of storms in Florida. I woke up to a raft of because they're home so late. I got up late, turned off my alarm. I woke up to like probably 11 messages back from people that I had been replying to their stories sitting on the plane last night. So that was really fun. That was super fun.
You mentioned message, and I wanted to ask you, do you guys recommend putting the message button on your business page? And are you using WhatsApp or WhatsApp? Is it WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is a texting service, so that's completely separate from what we're doing here. I personally, the message box is on a post, and so we're talking about
Gotcha.
the stories. Yeah,
Okay.
We're talking about the stories there. Yeah.
Okay.
But when they respond though in Messenger to your story, like Porter said, you get to see the story they responded about. Okay. And so then I replied back, and then she replied back again already. And so that's how they're getting it. It's that messenger, nothing to do with the option where it is to post though. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the other thing I would add is, as you're going through posts and going through stories and finding things to respond to, you're gonna start to see that, well, hopefully you start to see this, is that some stories and some posts are really easy to reply to because they kind of, I don't know, it's just easier to respond to. And some are like, I really don't know what to say here, right? You take that learning and say, I don't want to post posts and stories that are hard to reply to, because you're going to get less responses because of that, right?
And people are fast. They're scrolling with their thumb. So you kind of want it to be, thumb stopping, as we've always talked about. But the other one is they want to see you. And Michelle had, pointed out very well on week 1 last week, your face needs to be on social every day. Every day, your face needs to be on social. And, last night in my story, it was just, I'm still sitting on this plane here, still sitting in my seat here, every day. So you could all take a screenshot right now of this call and post, learning in my business to better serve my customers, or to better serve you, or to better serve my community or my tribe, or whatever it is you want to say. That would get your face on Facebook today. Every single day, you need to have your face up there. And
The
it doesn't
only
have,
reason-
it doesn't have to be a camera ready face at all. Look at this. I have a massage today. I didn't get dutied up for you. Why would I do that? A massage in a couple hours.
I have not been on Facebook at all. And the only reason I was is because there was 5 of us on here. I was like, you know, I forgot about to be honest, I forgot about the Zoom call, and I got the text alert from Michelle. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, there's 5 people. Just get over it, you know? So I just, yeah, I mean, I just got up and drank my coffee, and here I am. So,
Well,
but
I
yeah,
don't get on it
it's
until,
really scary.
no, I don't get on it, Becky, until my morning routine is done. So we're not suggesting you have to be on it instantaneously. Some people, before their feet hit the floor, that's their jam, that's their time. Then they can focus when they're out of the bed. Some people, we do other things. But it's more a matter of being on there yourself every day, showing yourself every day, doing those 25 stories, responding to them. And if you run out of stories, go down into your news feed. That's the most important part. But using the fun features, the poll is very easy to do. Even in the poll, like there happened to be Nathan's hot dogs at the airport yesterday. What's your topping? You can put the ketchup on the one, and you can put the mustard on the right. Like it doesn't have, you can make it way more fun than yes and no. You can
Right.
tap that poll and type in there little responses, but the goal is just to get people interacting. And you can also use the question feature as well. That's a really, really great one, but you want to keep it fun and light. People are going through, they're so fast that, if you have to use the GIF tap to read or hold to read, they're maybe not going to do that so much, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not going to. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I'm
yeah.
going to make potato salad today, and I'd like to know what, I mean, I hear about crazy stuff people put in potato
Okay,
salad.
so
I'd kinda
dill
like to
or
know-
no dill? Dill or no
Yeah.
dill would be a great one. Celery or no celery. Like my husband does not like celery, but if I can chop it to a pulp and he doesn't see it, then he doesn't necessarily think it's in there. Mayonnaise or sour cream. Like
Or
these are
what's your
things
secret-
these are things I'm sharing that you could definitely use when you're making the potato salad.
So what about saying, what's your secret ingredient?
So,
For
and then
potato
you'd use
salad.
the question button. Yep,
Yep.
Okay.
absolutely.
That one would be really good. And yeah, use those fun features. I just pulled up. So like, hopefully I can get this to focus.
Just tip it towards us, Porter, and it'll take the glare off.
Anything? Oh, no.
I know it's doing something else. There we go, a little bit.
Okay. If you see those, there's polls, questions. Oh, there we go. The other one, where is it? There's like the add yours, which is like add a picture. That one is super fun. Like use those features and then make it, the thing that we like to say is easy to respond to with the thumbs and easy to respond to in the brain. And then everyone, so the 3 E's, easy to respond to with the thumbs, easy to respond to in the brain, and then everyone can respond, right? So like, maybe you can think of a better example, Roanna, but I'm just trying to think of an example that it kind of excludes people from responding.
Well,
or
like for
things.
example, something specifically about pierced ears. Not everyone has pierced ears. Oh, so ladies, ladies that are in jewelry, for example, so that would be one where just, making sure as you're considering things, offering both options then, like, are your ears pierced or not pierced? Because I know there's clip-on options, for example,
Right. So who likes clip-ons? I mean, I could actually put on a pair of clip-ons, I mean, people, our clip-ons are pretty amazing, actually. That's a good idea.
And like for Mary and Martha, you can ask, is your home more like Martha Stewart or more like, give me another name, Julie. I know in the Mary and Martha, a lot of girls say it's Martha Stewart meets, like, is it Joanna Gaines or?
Yes.
So she's posting something that she's done in her home. Maybe she's just taken a selfie by, a beautiful, centerpiece, table setting, candle piece, whatever. And she's just asking, is your home more Martha Stewart or Joanna Gaines? That's that's a poll that people can relate to those names. If you were to put,
I think-
someone not as famous, I might not know who you're talking about.
I've never even heard of Mary and Martha.
It's a wonderful, wonderful Christian company. Yes.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
We also want to talk about posting on your personal profile and your business page, if you have one. We know not everyone has that, but making sure that you are getting that first post of the day done in the morning. That way people have the chance to see it. And on your personal profile, you cannot schedule it. But if you know in your mind, if you do a little bit of planning, thinking ahead about what you might want to be sharing, or it might just be, like it's going to get 99 here today. I just saw on your phone Porter, it's only 59 there. Like, just asking something on your profile in the morning, remembering that it is a one button response question, like Porter just said, easy answer in the mind, easy answer in the brain, and everybody can answer them. And then you can schedule in your group and on your business page. So raise your hand if you know how to schedule on your page or in your group. Okay, Nancy
I've
and
never
Becky,
tried.
Becky and
Julie?
I know I can't see your name because it said that we have a
I think
hand.
it's Julie, isn't
Okay,
it?
Yeah.
now I can Julie. Okay, so
Mhm.
do you ladies have a group? Do you know how to schedule in a group or not in a group?
I have a group and Facebook. I don't know what it asks. It has me doing something where I can actually schedule on my personal page right now. I'm in
Your
some,
personal profile?
yeah, I'm in some like test group or something.
Oh, well, look at
Oh,
her go,
that's cool.
Porter. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what it popped up and like, do you want to do this? I'm like, sure, why not?
So you're scheduling, I mean, and this won't be for everyone on this recording then, but so you are in a beta group to learn how to schedule on your personal profile?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On your
And
Julie Hall.
Curiosity.
we just moved, so like the last week and a half I haven't been on Facebook much, but it's actually letting me do scheduling on personal. Because I still
Curiosity,
set up
have you, sorry,
business
Porter.
pages. So yeah.
out of curiosity, did it have you switch to a professional account? So I know that they were testing some of that stuff out.
That might be what the question was. I don't remember. It was
Okay.
started this in the middle of my crazy move.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And
I'll
I mean,
try to post in the comments later.
yeah, that would be great if you could, or in the members group if you want to post it in there.
Mhm.
That would just be interesting and good for us to know. I mean, we try to keep up on what all
Yeah.
Facebook's doing. Kind of hard sometimes.
Is there a way to go back to the old Facebook? Oh my gosh, I can't get off my main page.
So the reason why I personally didn't go back was because it said my new stuff wouldn't stay there. And that would be a problem for me. But yeah, if you just keep clicking in the top right by your circle face, there's an option to go back to the old business page version. But we're supposed to cover the scheduling with their group and the page. So for those that are either right now going to schedule in a group or watching the replay, when you are in a group and say we're going to, I'm just going to do ABC in here just as practice. This calendar down here is where you are able to schedule. So you can pick a date, you can pick a time, AM or PM, and you just click schedule, and it's going to happen when you are ready for that post to go, okay? I personally do not have Business Suite on my computer still. We all get different things at different times. And so I can schedule in the Business Suite app on my phone, but also I could go into Creator Studio. Porter, do you all have the Business Suite app on your computers yet for Creative Success Systems?
No.
Okay.
I just use Creator Studio still.
Yeah, exactly. And so as you're looking on your business page, now I'm on Michelle's page here. So if this were your business page, so the tools as admin are over here on the left side, and then this is Creator Studio over here to the left. But depending on how long you've been on Facebook, etc., you might have Business Suite, and we won't be able to know that for you. You have to just click around and look and explore that. And then as you go into Creator Studio, this is, again, this is one option right here. The button is right up here. Create new. Again, this is the Creator Studio view. We're going to create a post. And those are just other pages I'm on. And again, we'll just do like an ABC. And if I want to put a photo in there, I could add a photo, put a photo right there, etc. And then the most important part is down here at the bottom. Don't click share now if you're posting it for Friday, like if you're doing a Friday funny. Okay, click the down arrow where it says schedule. Click the down arrow where it says schedule. And then again, you pick your date and time and there we go. And then you'd click the schedule right there. So you'll have to kind of look and see what is on your computer. If you're scheduling on your computer, if you are doing it on your phone, there is the Business Suite app, which is the light blue one. Whoop, I didn't mean to tap that. Make everything wiggle, but it's the light blue one up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've got a minute left. Most important thing, doing those stories, getting your face on Facebook. Remember, you've got access to the Dropbox through this program. The link is in the portal. So that should help you greatly with some really fun engagement posts, national holidays in particular, but also it's still summer. There's a lot of stuff still happening.
Yeah, for sure. Are there any questions? We have 1 minute left that we can answer questions before we have to hop off for next calls.
Is this the second Zoom or is this the first Zoom meeting?
Depends
This
on
is
when you
the-
got the program, but we're doing the second topic. So you'll loop through.
Mhm.
So I need to go back to my emails because I think I missed the first Zoom.
Okay, yeah, and that is up in the portal. So you can go there and then you'll see different modules. So if you go to the top menu, there should be all modules and you'll click on that and you'll see a list. One of those modules will say recorded meetings and then you'll see last week's date and you'll be able to click on that.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And then we can watch it again tonight.
No, well, okay, so we're gonna cover the same thing tonight. So
Right.
the reason we have 2 different Zoom calls is for those who maybe work during the day or maybe work during the evening time. So
So Porter, but she can watch this recording later.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll have her
This-
class up for recording. You can rewatch your actual class, Becky, but you just
Mhm.
need to
Okay.
attend one or the other, morning or night.
Oh, okay, not both.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
All right.
All right.
Everybody have a wonderful Monday. Make it a great week. We'll see you next Monday.
Thank you.
talk to y'all
Thank you.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.